Hundreds of protesters have descended on the U.S. Supreme Court to denounce the justice's decision to overturn the half-century-old Roe v. Wade precedent that recognized women's constitutional right to abortion. The sweeping ruling by the court with a 6-3 conservative majority was set to alter American life, with nearly half the states considered certain or likely to ban abortion. Good morning, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Early warning systems installed at 3 different places of Melamchi. Siren sounds provide some respite for the local residents in seeking safer grounds during water-induced disasters. The parliamentary procedure of Citizenship Bill hangs in a limbo. Uncertainty looms due to lack of consensus on contentious sections of the bill. Russian forces fully occupy Severodonetsk. Mayor confirms Ukraine's biggest battlefield setback for more than a month. And world number 6 Tsitsipas secures his first title on grass after overcoming home favorite Bautista Agut in Mallorca Open. Ends preparation for Wimbledon in a perfect style. Flood in Melamchi of Sindhupalchok caused massive losses during last year's monsoon. The risks of devastation remain this year as well. However, early warning systems have been installed at 3 different places of Melamchi this time. Siren sounds have been arranged to avoid the loss of lives and properties because of possible floods in Thalamarang, Melamchi and Baunepati. Last year's landslide at Bhemathang, which caused the flood in Melamchi, resulted in massive losses of lives and properties. The local residents are yet to forget the tragedy caused by the water-induced disasters of last year. However, with the installation of the early warning system, the local residents have felt some respite. The local level and the District Disaster Management Committee have begun preparations to reduce the risks of possible floods and landslides. Siren system has been installed to avoid possible devastation similar to that of last year in Melamchi, Helombu and Panchpokhari. Installation of the flood early warning system has eased in dissemination of information related to water-induced disasters. The Meteorological Forecasting Division takes updates about the weather conditions and the water level at Melamchi, Yangri and Larke rivers through several devices and updates the local residents about the possible threats. Timbu, Kyul, Chanote and Gyalthum of Helambu, along with Taramarang and Baunepati, among other places of Melamchi, are at a high risk of floods. The District Disaster Management Committee and the security departments have been regularly monitoring the water level at the rivers. With the rise in the water level during monsoon, the siren system has helped the local residents to seek refuge at safer places. The government has slashed the prices of petroleum products following massive public criticism. The price of petrol has been slashed by 20 rupees and that of diesel and kerosene by 29 rupees per litre. The new prices have been implemented from Saturday midnight. As per the latest price listings, a litre of petrol will now cost 179 rupees, while diesel and kerosene have been priced at 163 rupees a litre. Meanwhile, a meeting of the ruling parties held at the Prime Minister's official residence in Balotar made the decision to this effect. Minister for Industries, Commerce and Supplies, Dilendra Prasad Badu, said that the prices of any other commodities increased simultaneously due to rise of petroleum prices would be reduced. A meeting of the Consumers Committee of Industries, Commerce and Labour had directed the government to drop the prices of petroleum products by reducing the taxes. However, the government has slashed the prices without reducing revenue. The state oil monopoly has been incurring a monthly loss of 4 billion rupees. The government earlier this month had hiked the price of petrol by 21 rupees and that of diesel by 27 rupees, a decision which had met with the public outcry. The parliamentary procedure of undertaking Citizenship Bill through the Parliament is still uncertain, even as the ruling coalition has decided to immediately proceed with the bill. The uncertainty looms as the political parties have failed to reach a consensus on the controversial sections of the bill. In the meantime, there has been a lack of adequate brainstorming to reach a consensus among political parties for the naturalized citizenship after marriage, citizenship by descent through mother's name, and citizenship by birth. Parties of the ruling coalition were supposed to take the citizenship ordinance in the parliamentary process prior to the budget unveiling of federal government. However, as the budget was announced on the 29th of May, the citizenship bill failed to be in the priority of the parliament as the parliamentary sessions started being budget-centric. Immediately after the budget was endorsed on the 15th of June, Prime Minister and the House Speaker discussed moving forward with the citizenship bill at the House session. Thereafter, the bill was said to be discussed in the Parliament on the 20th of June after reaching an agreement. However, political parties failed to reach a consensus. Meeting on the 22nd of June of the ruling coalition parties concluded with the decision of immediately moving forward with the citizenship bill discussion at the Parliament. But different political parties have remained rigid on the bill, and there seems no intention of the political parties to reach a consensus. The ruling alliance and the opposition are divided on the citizenship issue. Nepali Congress, that leads the alliance, coalition partner Janata Samajwadi Party and the opposition Loktantrik Samajwadi Party have opposed the 7-year duration to acquire naturalized citizenship by marriage. Meanwhile, the main opposition CPN-UML and coalition partners CPN Maoist Center have remained firm on their stance regarding the citizenship. They view that the citizenship should not be granted through the mother's name until the identification of a foreign father. The parties are also divided regarding issues related to citizenship by birth. The parliamentary procedure regarding the citizenship bill, which was introduced in the House of Representatives on the 7th of August 2018, will remain stagnant until a consensus is reached among the senior leaders. A prolonged bearish trend witnessed in the country's share market is alarming as far as the investors are concerned. The investors mainly complained that a heightened monitoring by a regulatory body, the central bank, and an increase in bank interest rate on deposit have had telling impacts on the NEPSE index. However, the bearish trend is seen not only in Nepal but is an issue of global concern. Share analysts say the NEPSE started losing points following the central bank's monetary policy, where it barred a single individual from taking share loan worth 40 million rupees from one bank and not more than 120 million rupees from the entire banking sector. Share prices also plummeted after banks forced investors to sell their shares, which were kept as collaterals to receive loans. Rising inflation and liquidity crisis are also held responsible for the ongoing bearish trend. However, it is not only in Nepal, but the downward spiral has been a global issue. The share market in the United States of America also witnessed a massive plunge in the past 3 months amid rising inflation and high interest rates on deposit offered by banks. The London share market in the same time period lost 447 points. Japan's Tokyo share market in the past 3 months has dwindled by 6.8%, while India's Bombay Stock Exchange has lost 9%. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked in several provinces regarding their opinion on ways to attract students towards technical education. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
पढाइपछि जागिरको सुनिश्चितता हुनुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ
नबुझेर नै उनीहरु आकर्षण नभएको जस्तो लाग्छ
पदको सिर्जना गरेर उनीहरुलाई रोजगारको ग्यारेन्टी भयो भने
प्राविधिक शिक्षा पढेका विद्यार्थीहरुका लागि रोजगारी सिर्जना गर्नु पर्यो
प्राविधिक शिक्षा लिने चाहना हुनु पर्दछ
अभिभावकहरुले पनि पढ्नु पर्छ भनेर साथ सपोर्ट दिनु पर्यो
गरिब विपन्न परिवारहरुलाई बजेटको व्यवस्था गरेर
छात्रवृत्तिको व्यवस्था गर्ने हुन्थ्यो
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what should the government do to control an exorbitant inflation? Your options are A, regular market monitoring, B, emphasis on production, and C/taxes. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin airs at 11 a.m. Thank you for staying with us. Have a beautiful day ahead.